I need to work how many hours I've been painting. You idiot. I've been painting 145 hours this year on my Noise Marines, and it's time for a Noise Marines painting update. It's coming right up. Oosh! Oh, saved by Slanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, today I'm going to show you the progress I've made on painting my 36 Noise Marines. I'm going to showcase what I've done so far and run over all of the painting techniques that I used to get my results. Before that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the Wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. That seems fine. Now, I've always had fantastic support here on the channel from my subscribers, from you, and I've recently received a couple of parcels for models towards my Noise Marine army. So first of all, I want to have a quick look at what I received. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Nick, where's the pink glove? Well, don't worry, it's here. On the other hand. Okay, so first of all I received this converted Vindicator from Shadowcat. So Shadowcat, a massive thank you for sending me this. There is a link to her channel in the description below. Of course, this is a Night Lord's tank, but I'm sure I can change it around and make it into an Emperor's Children one, and I'm absolutely loving the gun conversion there on the front. That looks awesome. So once again, thank you Shadowcat for that. Okay, so next I received these models here, a Helldrake and 3 Mutilators. Thank you so much to my subscriber who sent me this. He is in the Wargamers Unification Facebook group and he's here on YouTube. However, he did want to remain anonymous. So there you go, a massive thank you to my subscribers who sends me those awesome gifts. I really appreciate it. Right, it's now time to go table down and have a look and a chat about me painting my Noise Marines. Okay, so let's have a closer look at some of my Noise Marines. There's 36 in total. I'm going to show you the majority of them in this video, but not all of them. So from the previous video where I'd base coated and washed everything, I've now been highlighting. First of all, I started highlighting the metal. It was mainly edge highlighting. First of all, I edge highlighted with Ironbreaker, and then I did it with Runefang Steel. Some of the bigger metal areas, mainly on the backpack, on those top sections, it was more of a feathering than an edge highlighting. But that's what I did on all of the metal work. And then I went on to the gold. And the gold was painted in a similar way, either through edge highlighting or feathering. So first of all, I went over with Gearhands Gold, and then I went over with Uric Armour, and then I went over with a mix of Uric Armour 2 and then 1 Runefang Steel. I didn't go all the way out to a silver edge highlight. I really wanted to keep that gold feel to the models. Now I have 2 different styles of gold basing. One was Balthasar Gold and the other one was Retribution Gold. So I've got some nice different colorations on the gold. Now once those metalwork sections had been done, my original plan was to highlight the pink. However, the pink does need to be wet blended with Emperor's Children, and to be honest with you, I didn't quite feel in the mood to do that, so I carried on painting some of the other extra details. So I highlighted the Tau head, I also highlighted the Blood Angel's head on top of some of the banners, and then I went in and I highlighted all of the skulls. I went in with Ushabti bone on the skulls, and then I did Ushabti bone and white, a 1-to-1 mix of those 2 colours. I also painted those same colours on all of the horns of the helmets. I then went in and I painted the demon faces. That's those faces on the armour, coming out of their armour. So I went over the base and wash, which was Cadian flesh with a purple wash, which I'd previously done, and then I painted a thin layer of Cadian flesh. I wanted those purple tones to still come through. and then I painted over that with a highlight of Cadian flesh and Pallid Witch flesh, a 1-to-1 mixture. And that was those faces complete. Oh, guess what? I've got a date tonight, my first one in 2 years. Don't forget to wish me luck in the comments box below. Now at this stage I found out that I was going to be doing a little commission piece, just 6 models, but they were coming up quite soon, and I didn't want to start painting the pink until that commission piece was done, because I didn't want to be halfway through it and lose my stroke as such. So I continued with the fine details, and next up were the eyes. So I painted all of the eyes of the Slaanesh heads with black, that's the same as my Demon Prince, and at the end they'll get a little gloss wash over the top. Now at this stage I had to do some more details on those heads as well, including a green tongue. So I went over all the models with tongues and I painted them green at the same time. The tongues were painted with Warboss green, along with all of the horns on some of the other guns, and then I highlighted that with Warpstone Glow, and then Warpstone Glow and Pallid Witch flesh, a 1-to-1 mix, and then finally I glazed all of that over with Waywatcher glaze, and that was the green done. I then went in, I painted the eyes on the helmets. First I did a base coat of Warpstone green all around the eye area. Then I went at the front of the eye and I did a mix of Warpstone green and white just on the front half. And then right at the back of the eye I did a tiny little white dot on each of the eyes. And that was the eyes done. And then continuing on with the green, trying to bring green into these models. It's one of the extra colours which is going to be on the whole of the army. I then painted the sonic weapon effects. So I first of all went over the front of the gun with a glaze of Waywatcher green. Once that was fully dry, I then went in with a Beltan green wash just on the front section of the gun, basically where that grill is. Then I dry brushed over the top of that with Mute green, and then finally I did a light dry brush right at the front of the gun with Nurgling green. And that's my sonic weapon effects. And overall, looking at all of the models put together, they are looking really cool. I'm really loving how these are looking. Now I've painted, of course, the banners and some of the other magnetised areas of the models as well. Some are magnetised and some are just pinned, ready to go on, just to make painting a little bit easier. Now I still need to paint the guitars. At the moment they're just base coated. So I'm going to paint the guitars probably right at the end. Next I'm going to paint the pink. Then all I'll have left to do is edge highlight the black armour. I'm really happy how they're looking, but let me know what you think in the comments box below. And if you're new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet, start now, hit the Edic Beer icon. And if you want to see some of my other Slaanesh videos, then check out that playlist just there. Beam me up!